What's going on, COD fans? Today I want to talk about the 7 things Modern Warfare 2 needs at launch in order to be a great game. If you want to see more Modern Warfare 2 related content, make sure to like this video and subscribe. With that being said, let's hop right into number 1, which is a normal minimap. I don't understand why in recent years they continue to make changes to the minimap. It's kind of like if something's not broke, why try to fix it? The minimap has always been perfect in Call of Duty throughout many years, and then they decided to start making changes in Modern Warfare 2019, which doesn't make any sense to me or most of the player base. If you shoot your gun and you don't have a silencer on, you should show up on the minimap. If you have a silencer on, you don't show up on the minimap. You should always show up if you're shooting your gun without a silencer. That's just really how I think it should work. And there shouldn't be a perk that you need to use a normal minimap. It shouldn't be whichever team gets a UAV first has an advantage and helps them get further ahead. In current Call of Duties, whoever gets a UAV first basically has that extra intel, which helps them get further ahead in the game, which I think is just a stupid way for it to work, and the minimap should just go back to the way it used to work. Number 2 is Dead Silence, or the Ninja perk. I'm sure we all agree on this one if you played Modern Warfare 2019. If you didn't have the Dead Silence field upgrade available, basically your footsteps were as loud as an elephant running around the map. And this promoted more of a camping, standstill type of playstyle, which could work in some situations and be good for certain players, but for those that like to move around or rush or flank, those kind of things, you should be able to do it without being punished. You should be able to just throw on a Dead Silence or Ninja perk and move around the map without being heard. And it's just one of those things that's super frustrating because you can't go anywhere in Modern Warfare 2019 without someone hearing you across the map, and that just makes it impossible for players to make plays without getting shot at or killed. The third thing Modern Warfare 2 needs at launch is traditional medium-sized 3-lane maps. Good maps really are the pinnacle of a good Call of Duty game, and if you look back at the golden era of Call of Duty, from Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, those maps are iconic, and they're some of the best maps we've had of all time. You see them remastered in almost every single modern game, and there's a reason for that. It's because the maps are well designed and people love them. It's not just a nostalgia factor, they actually are made in a better way. They're made more traditional to what Call of Duty is known for, and I think that's the reason why some of those games are so good. Also, maps need some color, they need some vibrance. I know Vanguard is a World War II game, so it's kind of, gray and dark, but this is an arcade first-person shooter game, right? It's not a war simulator. I'm not playing Escape from Tarkov. I want to have fun. I want to be able to run around a colorful map that's not huge like we saw in Modern Warfare 2. I don't want to have to spend 30 seconds after respawning trying to find somebody. I should be able to just run, get into a gunfight pretty shortly after spawning up, and have fun doing so. Number 4 on the list is a simplified gunsmith. Every year, the gunsmith seems to get more and more complicated. We went from a pick 10 system back in Black Ops 2 all the way to what we have now, where you can have 10 attachments on every weapon, and it just continues to get more and more complicated with the amount of attachments and things you can put on a class. Gun metas have always and will always be a thing in Call of Duty, don't get me wrong, but too many attachments makes it so certain guns become even more overpowered than they already are, and if you want to use a different gun, so just talking about Vanguard, if you want to use a different gun than the MP40, you're pretty much going to get outgunned, because not only is the MP40 the best submachine gun in the game, but you can throw on certain attachments that make it even better than it already is, and it just makes it so you kind of don't have a chance unless you use what's meta. And I don't know about you all, but I want to be able to use any gun at any time and still have a chance of winning gunfights. I think it makes the game way more entertaining, and when I use the same gun for like 5 games straight, I start to get tired. So I do want to be able to use something different, and I think the way for that to work is to simplify the gunsmith. Number 5 is a fun camo grind. Camo challenges shouldn't be impossible to complete or be extremely tedious. There's certain challenges, and I know everyone who's done camo grinds in recent years has noticed this. Some challenges just take way too long and way too much time. Not that they're hard, but they take too much time, and that can be really tiring and annoying, especially if you're trying to get the mastery camo, which you need to do every single gun in the game. On top of that, challenges need to be in the player's control. So like you've seen challenges that are kill enemies behind cover. I can't control if the enemies are behind any cover when I shoot at them, and I think all my challenges should be something that are in my control that I can get done regardless of what my enemies do. And my last point on the camos is mastery camos should not only look good, but they should also work. There's been plenty of bugs throughout the years of either the mastery camos not working when you unlock them, or people can use bugs to unlock mastery camos without actually having to do the grind, which just makes the grind not worth it for those that actually want to. So make the mastery camos cool, but also make them work for the people that unlock them and not available for people that aren't working towards them. Number 6 on the list, and probably the most important one that I wrote down, is lower skill-based matchmaking and stop with the disbanding lobbies. I know this is never going to happen, but I figured I'd put it on the list because I know we're all thinking it. For me personally, skill-based matchmaking is the #1 reason why I don't play Call of Duty as much as I used to. I'm just so tired of having to sweat every game just to get on a kill streak, and I want to have fun, and it's so tiring where I only play like 3 or 4 games a session before logging off. In my opinion, matchmaking should be focused on ping first, skill-based matchmaking second. Put me in a lobby with players that are on the same server as me where I'm going to have a good connection, and don't try to focus on putting me up with other high-skilled players or low-skilled players depending on your skill-based matchmaking. Just put me on a server that's actually going to run well. And I understand skill-based matchmaking is good to an extent, especially for lower level players, so they don't run into high level players that just destroy them for an entire match. And we all understand that it's great for Activision because it helps players stay on longer, the skill-based matchmaking thing, especially for the lower level players or the average players. So it makes sense why it exists. But if there's a ranked mode in the game, like we see in a lot of Call of Duties, usually not at launch, but they end up getting them, then just take skill-based matchmaking out of the pubs. If there's a ranked mode where I'm supposed to play against people that are the same rank, the same skill as me, why do I have to play those same people in the normal public match playlists when I'm not playing ranked? It doesn't really make any sense. But then again, every game does this. I mean, if you play like Apex Legends, which I've been playing a ton recently, I still go up against these Masters Pred ranked players in normal pubs and not even just in my ranked games. And on the topic of disbanding lobbies, just let us stay in the same lobby for multiple matches for as long as we want. Sometimes you build these rivalries against enemy teams where it's like, oh, we won this map, then they won the next map. And sometimes you find cool groups of just random people that you get to play with for long periods of time. And this was part of the beauty of older Call of Duties back in the golden era. And I wish we still had that nowadays. And lastly, number 7 for things that Modern Warfare 2 needs at launch to be successful is party game modes. I know we kind of still see this through the current Call of Duties that we get, but games like Prop Hunt, One in the Chamber, Gun Games, Sticks and Stones, these modes are fun. They give you something to do that isn't just running around and shooting with the meta weapons all day. I want to be able to have fun, party up with my friends, and do something different that's actually enjoyable and isn't always, like I said, running around the same 10 6v6 maps, shooting the meta weapons, and seeing who can get 5 kills before they die every game. Thank you all so much for watching this video about the 7 things Modern Warfare 2 needs at launch to be successful. If you did enjoy, drop a like and subscribe. I'll be covering a lot more Modern Warfare 2 content as it comes out. As well, if you're interested in the Call of Duty League and the competitive side of Call of Duty, I make a lot of videos regarding that. It is the off season now, so I'll be doing a ton of fun content with that. So if you're interested, make sure to sub, hit the notification bell, and I will see you all in the next one.